We're going to kick into the lightning talks. We've got the first one is Phoebe, who's going to do 3 tips to leverage available resources to improve cash flow. So I'll hand over to Phoebe.
Hello, my name is Phoebe and I run an e-commerce website called attitude.com.au. We have been bootstrapping for 4 years and never had any external funds so far. So it's all just my personal experience about how to improve cash flow, because I think everyone knows cash flow in a startup is the king, queen, and princess. So just 3 simple tips. First, try to use supplier financing. We are an e-commerce website, so our most cash flow go on to buying inventory. So this year, we cut a deal with our major supplier that we actually don't pay him based on how much he shipped to us or how many invoice he raised to us, but I give him a projection that, okay, this is for 12 months, how many I'm going to buy from you, and then divided it by 12, that's how many per month I'm gonna pay you. It's like paying off a mortgage. Rather than like when he make me a big shipment, I have to pay him a big chunk of cash. And we can also pay that either monthly or fortnightly depending on our income cash flow. As an e-commerce website, our income cash flow is very steady every day or even every week. And by doing that, I also can do that because most of our products are imported, so I can do that when the Australian dollar is high, not when it's low. That's really flexibility. And whenever I see a market opportunity out there, I want to develop some new products, it's also easy. I just call him and say, hey, make me such and such, and I don't need to worry about putting down deposit. And then also by this way, the supplier will very, very careful about their quality. Because if they are not, they ship me some products which has quality problem, in the end of the day, they're gonna be toasted. So that's the first tips. So I know there's a lot of other startups might do not have this inventory problem, but identify your major supplier, see if you can cut any deal with them and try to make a payment deal like that. So it's basically interest-free financing. And the second tips is that as an e-commerce website, we have a lot of web-based applications or plugins or apps to enhance our shopping cart. And basically, I only use the SaaS software, which pay on a monthly subscription. I never pay one-off like, oh, okay, we give you our marketing suite. How fancy is that? But that's $5,000, one payment. I never go for that. So use SaaS software. A lot of them first, they give you a free try. Then you can really think if it will work with your website or not. And also you can have a bit of flavor of whether that company, how's their technical support, if you have any problem, what's their reaction, because long term, that's very important. And so sometimes, because we are the early adopters of some software, their CTO or CFO kind of also hands on their own startup, so you can talk with them and they sometimes even customize some particular features for my own website. And then when they grow, because we are the early adopters, sometimes become the grandfather's account that, so we get really comprehensive functions, then we don't need to pay for lifetime because our account has been grandfathered. The third tips will be to partner within your league. So if you startup, work with a startup or small to medium business, unless you sell enterprise solution software, then of course you need to partner with corporate. Like when we were identifying our logistic partner in the US, because we're expanding to the US, at the first we're thinking of Amazon or Shipware, the big guys, but just they're so hard to work. They have a long list of you have to meet this other requirement, and they wouldn't listen to your specific needs. So at the end, we pick up another startup, which they're also a carbon neutral company, which we are eco-friendly brand, so that's an add-on. But first they give us so set up free and 1 month free trial, so we can see if as a logistics partner they're working well. No, they also give us $750 inbound credit. So if we ship any goods to their warehouse, they give us $750 one-offs to offset that. And also they were taking on all the technical integration with their system and our shopping cart. So that saves us a lot of cost. So the big corporate, they won't even want to talk about it with this. Yeah, so that's all from my personal experience. Hope you can utilize some of it. That's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Phoebe. That was awesome. So we've got Mark coming up for our second lightning talk.
G'day guys, just a quick question. How many people here are actually running a startup? That's a fair few. How long has it been running? For more than 2 years? Yes? Under 2 years? Okay, and how many of you guys are just employees looking at putting a startup together? Okay, so about half and half. Okay, let me just start off by saying building a startup is hard work. It has huge emotional highs and huge emotional lows. I'm still not in the same league as Russell and Kogan, more sort of down, failing badly rather than up climbing wonderfully. But oh well, some of us take a bit longer. So maybe I can give away a few ideas so perhaps you don't have so many lows as I've had. So at the moment, I've been an entrepreneur for 17 odd years. I've put together 9 startups. My current startup is called Airovater, where we're looking at producing or creating social commerce markets, especially around the food industry, on an aggregate level at both the supply and demand side. But I started off my first startup in 1995. Around multimedia, web development, that sort of thing. We soon, as a partnership, went and incorporated after about 3 or 4 years. But what we did to get started up was essentially part-time work route. So most of us had part-time jobs in the evening, stacking shelves, working call centres, really boring stuff until we could establish I guess a clientele, at which point we incorporated and sort of moved full time. So I think that would be the standard route, and I guess we have a service-based business, so we used that to fund a joint venture called canongram.com, which was a HTML email group newsletter, and we used I guess something similar to what Phoebe said in regards to, I guess, a bartering or a partner network, where we partnered with a marketing company, and he would use his services to get set up, and we would do the programming side of things. So as a low-cost way of creating a new business and getting out of the marketplace, it was quite worthwhile. And of course, everyone's heard of the credit card round robin, maxing out your credit cards. We use that a lot to get up and running as well. And it helps, it's quite helpful if you can get run over by a drunk driver, as I did, and get a big compensation payout. And I think that's really worthwhile. So I use that. Those are the old faithful techniques. So I guess when you get established, you can use more organic methods, where I guess the supplier financing mode. Startup is about getting your cash in the door. So if you can get your clients to pay up front 50%, 20%, have staged payments, and can I grab some water? Sorry, a long day. So if you can get payments up front from your clients and then stretch out some of your supplier terms for 30 or 60 days, it's a very nice way to preserve that cash flow and get some money coming in. And I guess, once again, the partner skills bartering. In New Zealand, when I moved some of my businesses over there, We looked at starting up outdoor cinema, outdoor technology business. We're also able to progress using, I guess, what are called affinity or partner-based methods, in the sense that in the outdoor cinema case, for instance, we had a hot property, at least for sponsors, and so we're able to negotiate deals of $100,000, $150,000 for nothing up front, but there was no cash being exchanged. It's almost like a barter. We had a property, we did something to them, they did something for us. Very much interesting ways that you can, I guess, develop relationships, partnerships with other businesses who are dissimilar but have an affinity of interest in some respect in what your product is. So another interesting method before I run out of time that we used, because I knew everyone must have heard of the valley of death, when you decide to stop earning money and go on in a business full time. So what we did to look at that was to have 2 separate business bank accounts. So we established a credit history over the last year, and when it came to decide, pull the plug out of your contract work, we arranged overdrafts with obvious business plans that we needed to submit, and were able to fund twice as much as what we thought we could to actually support us during that sort of valley, shadow of death. So thanks a lot.